Charity BEALLIS was no stranger to contentious custody battles or losing custody. Prior to Charity's most recent custody battle over the twins, she battled it out with her own father over the custody of her first child. On August 12, 2013, Charity's own father, who you've recently seen on the news, petitioned the court for custody of Charity's first son. The Spark Notes version, Charity gets arrested for charges unknown because we can't verify them at this time, but it appears to be related to something that happened after her first divorce to Randy, though the rumors as to why are unhinged. Her father, Randy, who we are going to call RP because two Randys is too many for one story, petitions her for custody of her first son. Charity goes to jail and then signs custody of her first son over to her dad. Then spends the next 2 years in court fighting with her dad trying to reverse it. An in-depth look at the custody battle over her first son reveals several key pieces of information that I think would be relevant for the overall picture involving recent events. In 2013-2014, when the initial custody battle ensued, it was believed that the minor child would be in grave danger in her care, that the minor child would be subjected to mental and physical abuse in her care, and that the child feared for his own safety in her care. The judge then granted an order for her medical records, stating that they were necessary to show that her medical problems could place the minor child in danger. And since abuse of the minor child by Charity was referenced in this custody battle, let's look at some examples of abuse. Charity told her minor child that she didn't want anything else to do with him, that she did not want to see him anymore, and that she was back with her ex-husband Randy BEALLIS, and that she was never coming back. That's mental and emotional abuse. When she eventually did get joint custody of her first son with her dad, the court ordered that her son could have a cell phone during visitations with his mother. But despite that court order, she would deny her minor son having possession of a cell phone while visiting her. It's stated that during one visit she discovered that the minor child did have a cell phone. She took possession of that cell phone and told her minor child, "I'm going to beat your ass, you motherfucker." She then called Randy and said that little motherfucker brought a phone and hid it and I should beat his ass, and how should I punish him for this? During a different weekend visit, the minor child heard Charity and Randy fighting. He became scared hearing this and he went to use the bathroom, where he locked himself inside. Charity picked the lock of the bathroom, entered the bathroom, and then started recording her minor child using the facilities, which is obviously traumatizing. It goes on to reference how Charity allegedly had a history of picking the lock on the bathroom door while the minor child was using it and recording him using it. The minor child was 13 years old at the time. Another example of abuse, and one that got her arrested, is the whole tire slashing incident, which I shared a video of in my previous video, where they slashed the tires of her minor child's truck, which he worked and paid for on his own because he allegedly didn't text them back. I would also personally consider this endangering the welfare of a minor, as both her and Randy were holding one of the twins while they were wielding a knife. At the end, you even see Charity charge at the minor son. The best part about this video, though, is that this incident hit social media in 2020. It also hit the civil courts in 2020. But a year before, in 2019, Charity had a self-published book titled A Lifetime of Miracles: Transformation Through Tragedy, where she talks about how she has changed and overcome all of her struggles. But some might say that the tire slashing incident that happened a year after the book came out might suggest otherwise. And while Charity denied the allegations referenced in this video, I feel the need to point out that Charity clearly did not want her son to have a phone when he was visiting. And you saw how she reacted when he had one, which he used to document her behavior, which might lead one to draw their own conclusions as to why she didn't want him to have a cell phone while he was with her in the first place. Also, after publishing a book about how much she had changed, not only did she slash the tires, her minor child then had to get a court order just to retrieve his belongings from her house, and in that same court order, she was ordered to pay for the tires that her and Randy slashed. All of that to say this: a full picture view can be extraordinarily relevant context to have, and information that should be considered before drawing conclusions. Thanks for choosing facts over fuckery. Make sure to like and follow for more, and I will see you guys on the next video.